Good morning, students. So, today we would be starting a new chapter, that is dissolution of a partnership firm. So, what do we mean by dissolution of a partnership firm? When a partnership firm comes into an end, it is known as dissolution of partnership firm. Dissolution of a partnership firm means that the firm closes down and its business comes to an end. On the dissolution of the firm, the assets of the firm are sold and liabilities are paid off. So whenever there is dissolution, whatever assets we have, say furniture, plant and machinery, we are selling that off. And the liabilities, we may be having creditors, bank loans, we are paying off the liabilities. And whatever amount is remaining after selling the assets and paying off the liabilities, the accounts of the partners are settled. Next, we have modes of dissolution of partnership firm. So there are different modes because of which a partnership firm may be dissolved. Under that first one we have without the intervention of court. So court कुछ भी नहीं बोल रहा है, but the partnership firm is dissolving. Under that we have by mutual agreement. If all the partners agree that कि partnership firm dissolve होना चाहिए, so it will be dissolved. Next we have compulsory dissolution. So firm may be compulsory dissolved in following case: when the partners are insolvent or when the business of the firm becomes unlawful. Then we have on a happening of certain event. An event may happen such as on the insolvency of the partners, on death of the partners, जो object था partnership firm खोलने का, that is ended, on the expiry of the period for which the firm was formed. And last we have by notice. When the duration of the partnership firm is not fixed, any partner by giving notice to other partner can dissolve the partnership firm. So without the intervention of the court, the modes of dissolving a partnership firm is mutual agreement, compulsory dissolution, happening of a certain event, or by notice. Second one we have by order of the court. Under that we have when the partner has become of unsound mind. Then we have when the partner has become permanently incapable of performing his duties as a partner. When a partner is guilty of misconduct that may harm the partnership. When a partner willfully or persistently commits breach of partnership agreement. When a partner has transferred whole of his interest in the firm to a third party. When the court is satisfied that the firm cannot be carried on except as a loss. And when the court is satisfied that the dissolution is just due to some other reason. So अगर कोई भी partner unsound mind का हो गया तो court बोलेगी कि you should dissolve the partnership firm. When the partner is not capable of performing the duties, dissolving a firm is possible. Then when a partner has done any misconduct which has caused a harm to the partnership firm, the court will say that dissolve the firm. When the partner has transferred all of the interest of his partnership firm to some third party, then when the court is satisfied कि ये जो partnership firm है सिर्फ loss कर रही है, so it may order that the partnership firm must be closed. So these are the reasons जो यहाँ court बोलेगी that the partnership firm needs to be dissolved or should be closed down. Clear? Next we have between dissolution of a partnership and dissolution of a firm. So there is a difference between dissolution of a partnership and dissolution of the firm. First is dissolution of partnership क्या होता है? It refers to a change in the existing agreement between the partners. So when there is a change when there is any change between the partners, it is dissolution of partnership. The firm will continue the business in case of dissolution of partnership. But what is dissolution of the firm? It means closing down of the business. Next we have continuation of the business. The firm in case of dissolution of partnership will continue. In case of dissolution of the firm, it comes to an end. Next it is economic relationship. Economic relationship between the partners continue through in a change form. So बहुत बार profit changing ratio change हो जाएगा. There may be admission of new partner, retirement of a partner. But in case of dissolution of the firm, economic relationship between the partner comes to an end. Next we have closure of books of account. Books of accounts need not be closed in case of dissolution of partnership, but in case of firm it is closed. Settlement of assets and liabilities. assets are revalued and liabilities are reaccessed, and the gain or loss on the revaluation is distributed among the partners in the old profit sharing ratio. But in case of dissolution of a firm, assets are sold, liabilities are paid off, and जो भी balance रहेगा that is used for settlement of the partner's account. Next we have effect. Dissolution of partnership does not necessarily mean dissolution of the firm, but dissolution of the firm means dissolution of the partnership also. Next we have court's intervention. In case of dissolution of partnership, there is no intervention of the court, but in case of dissolution of the firm, they can be with intervention of the court or without intervention of the court. Next we have payment of firm's debts and private debts. What do we mean by firm's debt? Debts which the firm owns to the outsiders are firm's debts, and private debts are debts which a partner owes in his personal capacities are called private debts. तो firm का debt है which a firm owes to the outsiders, but a private debt is which a partner owes in his personal capacity. Next, what is the accounting procedure in case of dissolution of the firm? There are 4 accounts which will be prepared, that is realization account, partner's loan account, partner's capital account, and cash or bank account. So in today's class, we will be seeing what is realization account and what are the entries which will be passed in case of realization account. So what do we mean by realization account? An account which is prepared to record the realization of assets and liabilities in case of dissolution of the firm is realization account. In other words, it is an account which records the selling of an asset and payment of liability in the process of dissolution of the firm. So the realization account is mainly prepared when we have to record the realization of assets and liabilities, that is selling of the assets and paying of the liabilities. So write down the next side heading. Entries to be passed while preparing realization account. Under that, first we have for closing assets account. Under that, write down transfer all the assets given in the balance sheet at their book or gross value except cash in hand, cash at bank, partner's current account, debit balance, debit balance of profit and loss account, and deferred revenue expenditure. So what will be the journal entry? It is realization account debited to asset account. In bracket you can write at their gross value or book value. Under this, write down the note. If there is any provision or reserve for any asset, then the provision of an asset will be treated as follows. Under that, write down provision for bad debts account debited, provision for depreciation account debited, machinery replacement reserve account debited, investment fluctuating reserve account debited to realization account. So if they have given us any reserves in the question, this would be the journal entry. In bracket you can write various reserves and provisions transferred to realization account. Next, write the second entry. For closing liability account, under that write down transfer all liabilities given in the balance sheet at their book or gross value except partner's capital account, comma partner's current account credit balance, comma partner's loan, comma any undistributed profit such as general reserve, reserve fund, etc. So what will be the entry? It is liability account debited to realization account, in bracket at their gross value or book value. So what will happen to the profit and loss account, balance, general reserve, accumulated profit or loss? All these are transferred to your partner's capital account, just the way we did in admission and retirement of partner. Write down the next entry, third one. When assets are sold for cash. So entry will be cash or bank account debited to realization account, in bracket assets sold for cash. Next we have fourth entry. When asset is taken by one of the partner. So what is the journal entry? It is partner's capital account debited to realization account, in bracket asset taken over by the partner. Next, write down a note. If the question is silent about the realization of asset, comma, it is assumed that the asset has not realized any amount. Next, write down the fifth one. When liabilities are paid in cash, under that we have realization account debited to cash or bank account, in bracket liabilities paid in cash. Next, write down the sixth one. When partner agrees to take over some liability, under that we have realization account debited to partner's capital account, in bracket partner agreed to pay liability. Next, write down the note. If the question is silent about the payment of liability, comma, it has to be paid out in full. Next, write down the seventh entry. For payment of realization expenses. Under that first one, when expenses are paid by the firm, under that we have realization account debited to cash or bank account, in bracket realization expenses paid in cash. Then we have second B, when realization expenses are paid by a partner on behalf of the firm. Under that we have realization account debited to partner's capital account, in bracket realization expenses paid by a partner. Then we have C, write down, when the firm has agreed to pay a fixed amount to the partner towards realization expenses and the partner has to pay the expenses. So what is the journal entry under that? It is realization account debited to partner's capital account, in bracket remuneration allowed to the partner. Next, write down D, when realization expenses are to be borne by the partner and the expenses are paid by the firm. So the entry is partner's capital account debited to cash or bank account, in bracket realization expenses paid on behalf of the partner. Next, E, no entry will be passed if the expenses are to be borne and paid by the partner out of his pocket. Next, write down a note. If nothing is mentioned about the treatment of realization expenses, comma, it is assumed that the firm has met the realization expenses. So in case realization expense, there are different cases. First case is when the expenses are paid by the firm. जो भी realization expense अगर वो firm pay कर रही है, the entry will be realization account debited to cash or bank account. Next, if the realization expense are paid by the partner on behalf of the firm, तो partner pay कर रहा है firm के behalf में, so it is realization account debited to partner's capital account. Then we have when the firm has agreed to pay a fixed amount to the partner, तो firm एक fixed amount दे देगी partner को and then the partner will give the realization expenses. So entry will be realization account debited to partner's capital account. And last we have when the realization expenses are borne by the partner and the expenses will be paid by the firm. तो they partner है but expense firm दे रही है. It is partner's capital account to cash or bank account. And when the partner is paying out of his personal expenses, no entry will be passed. And question में अगर कुछ भी नहीं दिया है, so we assume it is case number 1. That is when firm is paying the realization expenses. So after this, write down meaning of realization expenses. Under that, the expenses incurred in the process of dissolution of the firm are called as realization or dissolution expenses. Example, commission paid, legal charges, stamp duty, etc. Clear? So that's all for today. We shall be continuing the remaining problems in the next class. Thank you.